Live from Vancouver, it's the York Sports Report Show, and Roberto looks back once again. The Hawks defeat the Vancouver Canucks 4-2. The Hawks will face the San Jose Sharks. Enjoy the show.
Hey everybody, I'm Jason York. Thanks for joining me on the York Sports Report Show. Sorry we've been off for a few days there. Anyways, it is the Western Conference Final between, no, not the Vancouver Canucks, the Chicago Blackhawks. The Hawks defeat the Vancouver Canucks in Game 6, 5-1. I know we were away there for Game 5. Canucks had a great game, stayed out of the penalty box, played with discipline, and more or less forced a Game 6. Canucks win that game 4-1, I believe. I think that was the final score. I'm whatever. Anyways, that being said, Hawks win 3 games at GM Place. The Hawks are rolling. When a team wins on the road in the playoffs, that's big. But the Hawks have to get it going against the San Jose Sharks. That's who the Hawks will face in the Western Conference Final in San Jose. Game 1, they're still not determined when that's going to start. This is really starting to bug me quite a bit what the NHL is doing of late. In the last few years, they just don't know when series are going to start. I find it just brutal. It's got to be brutal for the players. The Sharks have been off for a few days, so I actually don't mind that. Hawks, I think they needed a little bit of a break, but I don't want too many days off for the Hawks as well. That being said, though, Hawks win Game 6 in Vancouver, 5-1. The Snedes were no factor that night. Luongo was a little sketchy. Now there's reports coming out that there was a number of Canuck players that were hurt, and none of them are using this as an excuse. And I like to hear that. I don't want to hear from fans, from players, from GMs or people in the Canucks brass saying, well, we had Ryan Kesler hurt. Ryan Kesler was hurt from the get-go. We already knew that. He had a buggered up shoulder, but the bottom line is that at the end of the game, Ryan Kesler said, hey, it's the playoffs, you got to play through it. So kudos to Ryan Kesler. A couple turds, goofball media people in Vancouver said, Ben Eager and Adam Bursch, they're not going to have any factors in this series whatsoever. That was said at the beginning of the series. That being said, Ben Eager and Adam Bursch had a huge Game 6. They were banging bodies in the second period big time. They weren't letting up. They were all over guys like Kevin Bieksa. Dustin Bufflin laid out Alexander Edler, so that really depleted the Vancouver Canucks of any hopes of a comeback in that game. The Canucks more or less went down to 4 defensemen. Sami Salo was playing. However, in Game 5 in Chicago, Sami Salo took a puck in the testicle, and Jesus Christ Almighty, you can imagine the pain. He found the bullets to find a way to play in Game 6, but he was not a factor whatsoever. He had no speed in the legs whatsoever. He wasn't very mobile. So when Alexander Edler went down, the floodgates started opening up. Dave Bolin, Patrick Sharp, Marian Hossa, a great forechecking game. In this game, Dave Bolin had a shorthanded goal. Patrick Kane, Dustin Bufflin scored goals as well. But the Hawks just rolled past the Vancouver Canucks.
The roar is back, folks. The Hawks, the Sharks. Game 1 Sunday.